In this skill lesson, I'll be discussing identifying themes in literary texts. Our learning objective for this skill lesson is to be able to identify the theme and analyze how it is developed in an excerpt from Things Fall Apart. But let's begin with a question. What is the theme or the message of your favorite book, TV show, or movie? And how were you able to figure out that theme? One that comes to mind for me is Pinocchio. By the end of the movie, Pinocchio learns that disobedience does not pay and that lying is a bad choice. I was able to figure this out by characters such as the Blue Fairy, Jiminy Cricket, and Geppetto, who all serve as moral guides to Pinocchio. Or one of my favorites, the original Star Wars films. The theme at the end of Return of the Jedi is the power of redemption. I was able to figure this out by Luke Skywalker's actions to save his father, Darth Vader, from the dark side by believing that he still has good in him. Or in literature, I think of Shakespeare's powerful play Macbeth and the king who descends into madness and paranoia, demonstrating that power has a way of corrupting people. I was able to figure this theme out by looking at how Macbeth's ambition drives the plot and leads to his downfall, as well as observing how characters who attain power, such as Macbeth and Lady Macbeth, become increasingly ruthless as the story goes on. What I just did with those three stories was draw inferences about the theme based on characters and plot. Story elements such as character, plot, and setting can help us identify the story's theme, but it usually takes a little detective work and digging for clues. One final thought: it's easy to confuse a story's central idea with a story's theme. Remember that the central idea is mostly what the story is about. It's probably what you would tell me if I asked you, "What's the story about?" The theme, on the other hand, is the main message that teaches the reader a lesson about life. It might be what the author would tell me if I asked what she wants readers to learn from her story. And with that, here are your tasks for this skill lesson. First, if you haven't already, watch the concept definition video and read the introduction on tab 1. This will help better familiarize you with this skill. Next, complete the vocabulary drag and drop activity on tab 2 to make sure that you understand the terms that are used in this skill. Next, come back to tab 3 and watch the Skills TV video. This video models students using elements from Things Fall Apart to find its theme. It's a very helpful discussion. After that, read through the rest of the model page. The top half gives you instructions and a checklist for applying this skill. The bottom half is a student example. As you read the student's example, ask how the student used character details to draw conclusions about Okonkwo's personality and the story's theme. Finally, when you feel that you're ready to put this skill into practice, complete the Your Turn activity on tab 4 and check your results. Finding themes can be tricky, especially when you're working with complex texts like Things Fall Apart and Heart of Darkness. If you find yourself getting lost, please reach out. I'm happy to give you the extra support that you need.